Good morning, YouTubers. Welcome back to the channel, Cyborg Pirate, cyborgpirate.com. All right, so today I am headed down to take my Part 107 commercial pilot's license for unmanned aircraft. And so for those of you that are aspiring pilots and or already pilots, I went through a company that helped me prepare for the exam, and that company is called, I'm going to give you the exact name so I don't mess it up, Drone Pilot Ground School. So Drone Pilot Ground School, they have a great online course that I have gone through. At least at this point I think it's great. So that particular course, there's 10 chapters that you go through, and the nice part is for the 107, you have to take every 2 years, 24 months, to renew your pilot's license. Well, the fee that you pay to go through this course with this company, online company, is a lifetime subscription. So I'm able to get back on there, review everything, and be prepared for the test every 2 years, as long as I intend on being a unmanned aircraft pilot. So here we're going to do a little bit of review on that company itself. So Drone Pilot Ground School. Stick around and we'll get you that info. Alright, so many of you may be wondering why you even need to worry about getting your commercial 107, Part 107 pilot's license. And I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail on it, but basically, if you are the drone pilot that is putting any of your footage on social media, you are someone who is going to need that 107 license. And the reason being is because the FAA views YouTube and other social media platforms as a business or a way that you are receiving compensation. It doesn't necessarily need to be money, but any type of compensation is viewed as a commercial income or business. So therefore, FAA is not they don't find things very funny, and ignorance is not an excuse. So if you are using your drone or intend on using your drone for any type of commercial use, whether it be videoing and taking pictures of for realtors, for houses, for properties, any type of business, or even your own social media platforms, then going and getting your Part 107 is definitely something that you're going to want to do. By the way, the fines for that are up to $10,000 if the FAA finds that you've been putting that video and stuff on there and using it for any type of commercial purposes. By the way, they're all sitting at home, not going into the office. They're all watching your YouTube videos with your name on it and your IP address, and yes, they will find you. And they are finding people. Enough said about that. So as I head down here to take my test, let me give you a little bit of the overlay of how I've prepared. The coaches and the program tell you that you should spend about 15 to 20 hours, using their words, butt in the seat, actual studying, and that it is a process that's fairly easy. They break through down in the chapters and go through things. They have videos as well as you can read. They have practice exams, a number of other things to help you prepare for the test, which I found to be very helpful. The videos, I really didn't care for the videos much. There were a couple of videos that I did watch where I was having a little bit of difficulty understanding or interpreting some of the material. And I'm a smart, I'm not a stupid guy. I'm not going to tell you I'm the smartest guy in the world either, but I'm not a stupid guy. So there are some terminology, things like that, if you're not familiar with it, can be a little bit difficult to interpret. So that was where I was at with it. Anyway, so those videos I did watch. The rest of the videos I actually found a little more annoying. I read faster than the videos, and so therefore it made it harder for me to follow along. But I did find the practice exams and the cram sheet to be very useful, and so I do recommend it for that. Now, we'll see how my test goes, and I'll let you know that score once I get it in about 48 hours after I take the test. My results should be posted. But I can tell you on all the practice exams, I was hitting in the high 90s. It's a 60 question test. They do give you some reference material at the testing site, and you do have to go in and take the test. It is not an online test. You have to go in and take it in person, show your picture ID, whether it be driver's license, ID card, anything like that. So anyway, the way I prepared for the test, I sat down and I actually did it in my downtime while my daughter was taking a nap, or for many of you that know, I'm a fireman, so between calls at work I was studying and cramming for it, which is part of the reason that I'm going to be doing this, is because the fire department is putting together a drone team that I am going to be one of the pilots on. So therefore it is work related for me, which also might work for tuition reimbursement. I might get my course paid for. Anyway, but the way the course works, sitting down, going through the chapters, they're not long chapters, which makes it really nice. It's not long and tedious. It goes very quickly. And I was not meticulous in calculating the hours that I have sat down and studied. However, I will tell you that their guesstimate at 15 to 20 hours is probably about where I'm at with it. And bonus, not that I intend on failing the test, but if you fail the test, they guarantee you a pass on there, and they will pay for your retake of the test. I don't intend on retaking the test. So anyway, as I go down, I take the test. Afterwards, I'll give you the results of how the testing center went, the way I felt about it, and then once the results are posted, I will put that up here as well, and hopefully help you folks out. I will leave a link in the description for ground pilot. Let me make sure I say this right. It's 4 words, so trying to drive and get all this information out at the same time can be a little difficult. So again, the course is Drone Pilot Ground School, and you can look them up. So that's who I'm using and will probably be recommending based on what I've seen so far. But by the way, if I haven't mentioned it, please like, subscribe, and share the material, and stay tuned for additional videos that we put out, whether it be on the drones and the side-by-sides, dive gear, boating, etc. All that stuff we're putting videos out. We're trying to do reviews, things like that, and get that information out to you, the consumer. So thanks again. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll be right back with you. All right, so I just finished my test with the FAA for my 107, or my Part 107 unmanned aircraft, and so let me tell you how the prep work with Drone Pilot Ground School went. Absolutely phenomenal. Scored a 98% on my test, which means I missed one, unfortunately, 1 out of 60. But passed the first time, felt great. They prep you very well for it, and the test is actually very easy and non-stressful after you've gone through the prep process. So also hats off to Mike. I had a question after the test was done about my certificate. He got right back with me, sent him an email, and he called me right back, got that information taken care of. So I'm going to obviously give 2 thumbs up, you know, for the prep work and what has gone into this. And if you follow their steps and go through their course for drone ground pilot school, you'll pass, guaranteed. It's awesome. So don't hesitate to sign up for that and do that, and pass your test. So now let's talk a little bit about the testing process and the facility. So once you get on the website and they coach you through on how to sign up for your test and to go down to be proctored, and let me tell you what, that test center is no bullshit. You go in there, and with COVID and everything else, you're wearing a mask. It's mandatory you keep the mask on your nose, above your nose and below your chin the entire time. They'll stop your test if you don't. You are sitting widely spread away from everybody else. You have your own computer consoles. They offer you earplugs so you can drown out the noise and not be disturbed by anyone else who's in there taking the test. And you sit at your computer, you log in, and they go put you through a practice test so that you understand. They want to make sure you understand perfectly well how to take the test. So that's not an excuse if you didn't fail, that you didn't understand how the test and the computer worked. You go through it, you do the test, very simple, very easy, and Drone Ground Pilot School gives you all the tips and tricks that you need in order to prepare for the test. They don't give you the test questions and the answers, so you actually have to learn the material. But you go through, you take that test, and feel good coming out on the other side of it. So 98%, I'm pretty happy with that. Would like to not miss one and get the 100%, but that's going to be on me, not on anybody else. So you're going to see us out there flying. 107 pilot right here, Cyborg Pirate. Cyborg Pirate out. Have a great day.